All right, what's up? Welcome back. This is build update number 7. I actually recorded this video already, but the microphone did not record anything. So I'm back here recording another video. I hope you guys missed me. I just was super busy doing a bunch of stuff, just with a lot of work, a lot of painting projects, and just learning a bunch about email marketing. So in this video, I wanted to talk about email marketing from a high level, how to do cold email marketing from the setup all the way down to the execution of the email marketing campaigns, because I've truly learned a lot. I've implemented all of these steps and I've launched actually the first campaign today. It's been a ride, and I really hope that off of this video you too can launch your own cold email marketing campaigns, either for your business, your B2B your B2B businesses, or your lead gen businesses, or if you have an agency like me, if you wanted to ever try out cold email marketing, this is how I would do it. All right. So let's go into the screen. Let me zoom in here. So I've to present this information in a little bit more organized way, I've created this little flow chart, a little diagram. I hope you like it. So first things first, if you remember from build update number 2 or 3 or something, if you want to start your cold email marketing campaign, this is what you need to do. Let's say you have a primary domain here, which is in this case peppersites.com. You need to start buying some secondary domains. This is use Pepper Sites, get Pepper Sites, start Pepper Sites, etc., etc. Off those domains, you need to start setting up email accounts. I believe you can have up to 3 email accounts per domain. If you set it up correctly, either through Outlook or like Zoho or like some other email provider. I did not set this up correctly. I only have 1 email account per domain, but this is something that I've learned throughout this whole research process, is that you can have up to 3 if you set it up correctly. Now, I spent a lot of time setting this up. So you get your domains, you get your secondary domains, and then you have to set up the DKIM, DMARC, and SPF records per domain. I think I went through that in like the second or third video. It takes a lot of time, especially if you're doing like 10, 15 domains, which I might just build out another 6 and start warming them up. But I found a service online that can do this for you. And what the good thing about them is they get reseller pricing from Google for these workspaces. So you can not only get the actual email accounts at a discount, you can then pay them a flat fee to set up all these records for you so that you're just ready to go and use them. So in the next, batch of domains that I'm going to get, I'm going to try and use their service because I don't want to do this again. It took a lot of time. And I'll report back on how that works. But essentially, this is the structure that you're going to get to set up your actual email addresses. Then you need to start warming up your email accounts. That's done through Smartlead or Instantly or whatever you want to do, whatever you want to use. In this case, we used Smartlead. It was a 14-day warm-up. There's no set time that you need to do the warm-ups, but through my research, I've heard that you need to at least do 2 to 3 weeks of warm-ups to actually get that email account in a safe space where they can kind of send a batch of emails. So I've warmed it up for more than two weeks. And once you start the warm-up process, during that 2 weeks, you need to then start really doing the hard part. All right. So the email address setup, domain setup, it's tedious, but it's very straightforward. The warm up is all automated. So it's like straightforward. This is the actual hard part. Okay. What I found is really these 2 things, data sources and cleaning data is the hard part. So the first thing is you need to get your actual list of leads somewhere. I've heard Apollo.io is really great. I've tried them out. I think they are really great for certain types of businesses. So if you're like in the tech space, if you're a SaaS, if you're a startup, founder, CEO, CMO of like, bigger corporation, bigger businesses, biotech, and all that advanced stuff that would be like on LinkedIn, Apollo.io is great for you. All right. But in our case, Pepper Sites builds SEO focused websites for local businesses. A lot of roofers I keep using the roofers example, but a lot of roofers are not going to be on LinkedIn. They're not going to be posting all the time on LinkedIn. So, but they will get a lot of business from Google My Business. So I am now testing out other data sources, other lead builders that specialize in scraping Google My Business data. I found tools that can actually do it manually, that I can go and set the parameters and have this tool scrape it for me. I'm going to have to test out both, because this has been the biggest pain point of setting up this email marketing campaign, the actual data sources. Because what has happened is I've pulled out 1,200 leads from Apollo, and then I went into that list and had to clean that data. So what I mean by cleaning data is I'm super proficient with Excel. I've used Excel so much in my previous life as a financial analyst. So I know how to clean this data pretty well. I know my way around Excel, but the amount of data that I was getting that was bad data was kind of ridiculous, kind of laughable. So first off, when you get the lead list export from, let's say, Apollo, you can't just upload that to SmartLead and then run your campaign. Two reasons. First reason is some of the websites on there are not active, meaning they might have email accounts, but they don't have active websites. Or if they have active websites still available, if you go to their social media profile or their Google My Business, all those are shut down. So that website is just a shell website that they might be using for email purposes or something. I just needed to make sure if the business was still active or not. That's why I had to check all these three things. Check if the website's active. It might be active. Even if it is, I need to then check the social media profile, see if they're active on social media, posting, if their business is still up and running. And then even if they had those two things, I just need to check if the business is still active. All right. Then I also needed to remove miscellaneous matches. Off that initial list off Apollo, I was getting horse racing companies and let's say I was looking for roofers. I would get e-commerce brands, retail stores, things like that, where I think what was happening, and I don't know how they're sourcing their data, but what I think was happening was probably at some point in time, that domain or the brand or something related to that brand in a previous life was a different business. That category didn't get cleaned up. So that category remained, and that website might have changed or XYZ or another. This was the most time-staking thing of this whole process. Finding the leads and then cleaning the data. All right. So after all this was done, then I threw it into Million Verifier, which will actually validate the email. So let's say it's an active business like peppersites.com. All right. But peppersites.com, the lead that they were giving me was Ben at peppersites.com. Ben might have worked at Peppersites 3 years ago, but he doesn't work at Peppersites anymore. So although his lead is a real lead, the contact is not a valid contact. So that's what Million Verifier is for. You throw your whole lead list into Million Verifier. It will then ping back if that email is active. It's valid, risky, or invalid. I'm only using the valid emails right now because I don't want all this work to go to waste and have the emails start bouncing into spam and stuff. So I'm only using valid, but I think there are use cases to use the risky as well. Again, the risky could be like a catch-all, meaning the email account is just contact@xyz.com. We don't know if anybody actually responds to those emails or if it's like a no reply type of inbox, but those risky emails can be used as well. So that's the next step to validate the emails. That's, again, very straightforward. You just got to upload your CSV. After the valid emails are validated, what I am thinking of doing now moving forward is to segment that list one more time. So again, using the roofers example, if I was going to be targeting roofers and I have a giant list of roofers in all of the United States, I'm going to be splitting them up, possibly by service or most likely by location. That way I can include at least a tidbit of personalization in the opening email. For example, hey, I was looking for roofers in Boston and I came across Bill's Roofing Company. I thought, I'd reach out and offer my services. What do you think? Something like that. I think that will have the open rate be better, because I'm not just spamming them with an offer, and I'm actually including some personalization, showing that I might have done some research. Now, there are some strategies that I've found online that are taking this to the next level, which I think are ridiculously good. They involve AI, but the best, we're going to have to play around with this. We're going to have to test this, and we're going to see if we even need that kind of level of personalization, because I'm targeting local service businesses and not Fortune 500 companies or publicly listed companies or things like that. So again, the segmenting the list is the next portion here, where you are using that information for your personalization, for your messaging. And then you need to actually craft the email sequence. What I've been doing is I have a 5-step email sequence. I'm testing 3 variations for the first opening email, 2 variations for the second, 2 variations for the third, and then standard 4th and 5th, which are just like kind of standard closing follow-up emails. If you run paid ads, this is your creative. This is a very similar analogy. You need to start testing your creatives against each other just to see which one got the open and then which one got the reply. That's why I'm kind of segmenting my list a little bit right now in the beginning, because I might have 1,000, but I'm just running 200 leads for now just to see what the stats are, so that I can benchmark the creatives, the opening emails, and the follow-up emails against each other just to see which one is doing the best. And that way I can start playing around and introducing more variations, just so I can get like a really good email sequence going. All right. So I've just done this in Google Docs or any document editor that you want. Obviously, after you craft the email campaign sequence, I've then thrown that into SmartLead, and this is kind of where it all comes together, where you create your email campaign sequence using all this data that you have now farmed and then created with the creatives. All right. Then, so this is what it looks like in SmartLead. Let me zoom in. I've just launched this today. You can see that I've gotten from Apollo. I've launched it today. These are the export rows just from 0 to 200. I have some organization method that I'm using just so that I'm not duplicating the leads again. But you can see out of 20 sent, I have 15 opened. That's a 75% open rate. I think that's pretty good. Obviously, we have no replies. But again, this is a very small sample size. I'm hoping after the follow-ups, after the entire 200 go out, I'm hoping to have some sort of, at least like 1 reply, 1 or 2 replies. I don't know what the percentage works out like that is, but again, I'm just going to have to see. And this is just my first time doing this, so I'm really excited and really, impressed mostly with how a lot of these agencies are doing this at scale. And I could see why they're charging a couple $1,000 for this service, because it is very complicated. It is, really a headache to set up. But if you can get this right, I think it will really be a good source of leads, especially for something like this where it's B2B. You can see that down here, we get a whole breakdown of the campaign. Obviously, we have the summary up here, but down here, you could see that of the 3 initial variations that went out for the emails, 7, 7, and 6, we have 5, 5, and 5 opened. I'm assuming that's pretty good if people are just opening it. I don't know. We'll see what it looks like further on down the road, but I'm excited to give you some updates for that. Like I said, I've just been super busy learning all this, doing all my regular work, and getting a whole bunch of other stuff ready too. So let me just show you real quick, since this is a build update, where we're going with all of this. 2 this is just the overall funnel for the whole product. And I think it's going to be a lot more labor intensive in the beginning because I'm just trying to get that initial set of core clients. But I think over time, this can be a lot more automated. And I've already started to put automations in place for the back end for Zapier. Through Zapier, I'm having these automations in place because I want to scale. I want to have people come in and out doing all these little all these different portions of this funnel and the process. So I think it's important to build this out now. Although I know it's most important to get clients. All right, that's why we started the cold email today. I just wanted to build some backend processes out so that once the ball starts rolling, I'm not kind of stuck between I'm not like scrambling to get this stuff done. So here's the funnel in a nutshell. We're doing 2 forms of outreach: cold ads, cold email. I'm working on the ads now. This is going to be launched very soon. The cold email portion is now done. I had to learn a lot about cold email, but essentially the funnel looks like this. We're going to send out cold emails and we're going to try to get them onto a call. That call is going to be done through a custom video where I'm going through their website, offering some advice. After the call, I'm going to present them with a limited time offer. Basically, it's going to be a strong CTA, something like a value add offer. We already have offers on the website already, which is a money back guarantee, strong pricing, a very, very unique pricing model in the world of web design, which are all things that I need to convey properly, either on the call or through follow-up emails, or even through the cold email sequence, making sure that they know the value propositions. But some things to consider, some things to test. Then if they accept the offer, they're going to get the start link, and then we're going to obviously get the sale. The cold ads is going to be something a little bit different. We're going to run cold ads to a lead magnet, which is also going to be a video sales letter, a VSL. If they opt into that lead magnet, they're going to be put onto the newsletter where we're going to nurture them with value. It's going to be like a 4 or 5 step email sequence that I'm going to start putting together. I've already started putting together actually. And then hopefully from there, either from the newsletter or from the VSL directly, they're going to come and do the same thing. Okay, do you want me to audit your website? Do you want me to do a video? If yes, we're going to do the custom video and then hopefully book a call with them where we then present the limited time offer again. And then hopefully they convert. So that's the funnel in a nutshell. I don't want to make this video too long, but I hope this was helpful for cold email marketing. If you have an agency, if you have a B2B business where you need to start generating leads, you should start looking into this. The setup, again, it takes some work to kind of familiarize yourself to kind of learn this. But I think if you can get this system down well, I think it could be a good source of leads. And if you can integrate some AI to start that personalization, I think it'll be really good. So yeah, I hope this was valuable, and thank you for watching. And hopefully in the next video, I'll have some good results from the campaign. And if not, I'll probably make a video on the cold ad setup on the lead magnet. Whatever you guys want to know about, leave in the comments below. And yeah, thank you for watching. See you in the next one.